It may seem that we're almost through with what we're about to do, but if we have succeeded in querying the database and we've gotten the records and we've stored them in a list, so we've retrieved the records, they are all in this collection and we've returned the collection. But we seem to be having an error here. It says syntax error, insert finally to complete try statement. Now, there is what we call the try catch block. When you have a try block, you need to catch an exception. Okay, so what exceptions do we expect from here? We expect to catch the class not found exception, and we also expect to catch the SQL exception. Okay, XCP. Now, I would love to throw this exception not instead of handling them in here in this method. So I will say throw XCP, and what's the problem? SQL exception cannot be resolved. So I have to import SQL exception. I'm gonna import SQL exception from java.sql. Okay, now I'll tell this class to add throws declaration, and I'll throw class not found, class not forum but found exception, and SQL exception. So these are the exceptions that have been thrown. Am I right? Am I wrong? Okay, no problem. We'll use it locally. However, there's one step further. We need to close the JDBC resources. So I'm gonna say finally. We use a finally block to close the JDBC resources. So I'm gonna say connection dot close. All right. Well, connection dot close may throw an exception, and connection might be null. So we need to put it in a try catch block. We've already thrown the SQL exception, but we need to check if con is not equal to null. Then we can connection dot close. Okay. So now, there's one thing I need you to note. This is quite dumb. The reason why it's dumb is that in JDK 7, we have been given a chance to avoid doing this. Okay, we can always close our resources using the try with resources. And how does that work? This might sound new to you, but I know it's not really that new. You put try and you put the resources that you want in here. Okay, like you want to instantiate something that will be closable, like this driver manager.get connection. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna grab step 2, which is open a database connection. I'm gonna grab that, and then I'm gonna grab this and put it in here. Okay, and then I'm gonna declare connection con to be equal to that. All right, and that means that step 1 should we need to get rid of this. So that means that step 1 should come out here. We've handled class not found exception. It's actually step 1 class not found, and that throws class not found exception, but we've declared this method to throw it. Okay, so we can say try with these resources. Now this might look so dumb and complicated, so to make things easier for you, I'm gonna do something a little bit easier. What I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna say string URL is equal to the whole of this. And I'm gonna replace that with URL. Then I'm gonna say URL is equals to the whole of that. Okay, that's fair enough. All right, I believe so. I'm gonna say string user is equals to root. Okay, and then instead of putting root here, we can say user, and then I'm gonna say string password is equals to the whole of this, and instead of putting that, I can say password. Okay, I'm gonna pass in password assigned to that. All right, so this looks fair enough, isn't it? So try connection is equals to driver manager.get connection. Now if you do this, then you don't need to do the finally stuff because it's not necessary, and as a matter of fact, you don't need to catch because it's not necessary. See, the code has been reduced thanks to JDBC 7 upgrades. So sorry, no more step 6. We are done with this. So we'll see on the next video tutorial. In the next video tutorial, I'm gonna write a method that will create a file and then dump these records into the file, and then we'll launch the file into the web browser. It's gonna be exciting, trust me.